This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad you could join us, and we'll give everybody a couple of minutes here to get logged in, and we will begin shortly. Again, if you're just joining us, we're giving folks a few minutes to get logged in here, and we will begin shortly. If you are just joining us, we're just giving folks a minute to get logged in, and we're going to begin shortly. Good afternoon, everybody. See a few folks are still logging in. Welcome. We're just giving everybody a chance to get logged in. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? Once again, good afternoon, everybody, and we are glad to have you with us this afternoon as we cover some upcoming changes to the Statement of Work portal here at DIR. So we are glad you could join us for this demonstration webinar as to what those changes are going to entail when they go live in the SOW portal. Want to cover just a couple of quick housekeeping items. Reminder that you can switch your audio between your computer audio and your phone if you'd like. Attendees are muted today, so before we get started, if you would, just do a quick raise of your hand and let us know that you can hear us pretty clear today, that we do have a good connection. And that you can hear. Okay, good. See a lot of hands going up. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. You can submit questions into the Q&A box. So please open that box on your panel and you can submit questions in there. And we will take time to address those. And we do intend to post this training video out to the DIR YouTube channel. But just a reminder that we do have a second demonstration. It's the same demonstration we're going to do next Tuesday. So we will take a look between these two webinars and decide which one may be a little bit better than the other, or if they're equal, we'll just choose one, and we will post this to the DIR YouTube channel, and we'll make you aware of that when that happens. So with that, I am going to turn it over to your demonstrator and presenter today, Mr. Tony Tran. And Tony, I'm going to stop sharing.
Awesome.
And I will let you take over.
Okay. Hello again. My name is Tony Tran. I'm a team lead here in the Contract Services Division. I've been involved in this process of updating our SOW portal, and am happy to share this demonstration with you all. Let me know when you can see my screen. Should be working now.
Can see it.
Awesome, thank you. So I'll give a couple reminders as to what our plans are. The portal will be taken down, the current portal will be taken down November 16th at 5 p.m. That's next Wednesday. The plan is to have the portal down 5 p.m. that Wednesday, and we will take it back up on the morning of November 28th. So in between that, that's about 4 business days, since DIR will be closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Thanksgiving. We've asked, that you probably have seen my email, but we've asked that agencies, if you have SOWs that you need to submit, have those submitted either now or before the 16th. Otherwise, those will have to wait until the 28th. And after today's demo, I'm hoping that that you guys will have a better idea of how this will work, and the improvements that we've looked to make. Again, I want to remind everybody that we have a Q&A panel. We have many of us on the DIR side that will be monitoring your questions. We will be going over those at the end of the presentation. So be sure to post it there. Don't try not to use the chat window. We'll be monitoring the Q&A. I also want to give an update for everyone in terms of credentials. You may already have access to our exemption portal or our ITSAC portal, the IT staffing portal. If you have access to either of those, your credentials will work starting Monday morning, barring any unforeseen technical issues. Your credentials will work. You'll log in and you'll see this home screen. You'll see your current tiles for ITSAC portal and the exemption request portal. And then you'll also see this new SOW portal. I'm in a test environment now. That's why I'm able to see it. If you don't have either the exemption or the ITSAC portal and you only have a statement of work or SOW portal logins, you'll be given those credentials Monday morning. And at that point, you'll follow that link. You'll be able to get into the community portal. And as always, you can get to any of the portals from the DIR website. Click on that sign in button on the top right. You'll see all the portals that are there. When you click on that, it will take you to the login screen for any of these portals. Okay. And I also want to remind those we have the exact same session next Tuesday. I believe it's at 10 a.m. You don't have to be in both this one and that one. It will be covering the exact same information. I also want to give one more update regarding your credentials for your agency. Make sure that you understand who at your agency will be authorized to make these submissions. I'll have this in the chat, but if you have changes that you need to make sure you email our identity.support@dir.texas.gov. They'll take care of you and make sure that your credentials are set up correctly and anyone else at your agency. So let's get started with the demo. So when you log in, this will be your home screen. This is the community portal. It'll have the tiles that are available to you, the ITSAC portal, the exemption portal, or the SOW portal, depending on your level of clearance at your agency. For this purpose, we're going to click on our SOW customer portal. And from here, you're going to have your home screen of everything response on your level, or if you're either a super user or a user, you'll see certain SOWs that's submitted. You'll notice here we have 3 different tabs: drafts, finals, and amendments. That's kind of how your SOW will flow from draft stage all the way to final, and then any amendments in the future. This page, you'll see a summary of all the drafts that are that have been submitted. You'll see various statuses. You'll have the names that you submitted. If you click onto any of these, you'll get more information as to what has been submitted. And for the purposes of this demo, let's just go ahead and start a draft SOW. So when you're ready to start a draft SOW, you've drafted it at your agency, you click this button up here. It'll take you to a screen where you can enter in all the relevant information that will be sent back to DIR for the process to begin, and we'll start to review your SOW. So I'm just going to enter in a test SOW demo. For the estimated value, I'm just going to enter in 500,000. You'll have to add in your SOW scope. So any of your scope documents or your description will go here. This question, you're going to indicate whether or not this is a MERP, Major Information Resource Project. I'm going to go ahead and say no for this one. If your request needs to be expedited, you'll have to have approval from your agency director. You can indicate it here, but then you will be responsible for uploading that approval, that signed approval here as well. So I'm just going to click no for now. The technology categories, these are the ones that are available to you. Depending on your SOW and what's involved, you can choose one to many of these categories. Let's say you're going after some type of cloud SOW. Your SOW will have some level of cloud services in there. You can click on one to many, and what's going to happen is down here, this list will be dynamic and will add in vendors that are currently active and also can respond to those types of categories. Add in more categories here, and that list will change dynamically. At this point, once you've chosen your technology categories, you'll choose your vendor list. You can either click the select all and it'll default to everybody, or if you have certain vendors that you want to use, you can click and choose them. I'm going to go ahead and click select all. And then you have an opportunity to add any comments that you want to give to DIR. So DIR comments. At this point, you're going to be uploading your files. So if you click on save and upload files, the screen will refresh a little bit. And at this point, you'll be able to upload your SOW draft. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to choose a test file that I have created. You'll see that it's getting uploaded. You'll hit done, make sure that it's uploaded properly. And at this point, you can hit submit. You can always go out and go back to your home screen. And you'll see that the incomplete draft will stay there until you hit that submit button. At any time, you can go back in and complete your draft. If you didn't have your file ready, blah, blah, blah. But that does not start the clock with DIR until that draft is submitted. So I'm going to go back into our test demo here. Scroll back down. And at this point, I can hit submit because I've already attached those documents. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Same information as before. I've selected those vendors. Go ahead and hit submit. At that point, you're going to get a message on your screen saying that the draft SOW has been submitted to DIR. You'll also get a confirmation email, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And when you go back to the home screen, you'll see our demo is now in draft submitted status. For you, that tells you that DIR, the ball is in DIR's court at this point. We'll start to review. We'll reach out to you with any questions regarding your SOW, if you need to make changes, things like that. Any of those revisions that's necessary. If you do have revisions and you need to go back into and change up your SOW draft, you can always click on here. And make revisions, I believe, here. You'll be able to update this. I think it has to be assigned, but that's the point. You'll be able to go in and make additional changes. I believe if you check this real quick.
Yeah, and you'll also, if
you'll have an
upload additional documents, that'll be your opportunity there if you need to upload additional documents that maybe you forgot to include.
Right. Thank you, Mary. So yeah, so upload additional documents. Once that status is changed to submitted, you'll be able to upload any additional documents. At any time, you can also withdraw your submission, but those are your options right now. And for the purposes of this test, I'm going to take the second draft that we've already submitted. Once DIR has approved your draft, your status will update to draft approved. You'll also receive an email stating as such. At that point, you can take your SOW and solicit it to the vendors that you've chosen on your SOW, or the ones that was submitted in the draft. Once that process has started and you're getting responses back from your vendors, and you're ready to finalize your SOW, you have your agreement with your vendors, you can click on this approved draft. See new options up at the top here for submit final SOW. And at this point, if you have multiple vendors that you're also have an agreement on, you'll submit a final SOW for each of those agreements. Okay, so we'll click on submit final SOW, and here it's going to pull in the information from before. You can update your final value. You'll have to update your final value. So I'm going to say this jumped up to 600,000. I'm going to add a start date. I'm going to say December 1st. And for the end date, I'm going to make it December 1st of 2023. And then for this part, we can select the vendor that was awarded. You can add any additional comments here as well. At this point, you're going to have to submit the signed and finalized SOW from your agency, along with the vendor's signature. I'm going to attach a file now. You'll hit done. Scroll back down. You'll see that that final document is there. You'll hit submit. You'll get a confirmation message here, and I believe also an email saying that you've submitted a final SOW. That'll take you back to the home screen. Be sure to make note of which tab you're in. So it's going to default to the draft. But if you go over to the SOW finals tab, you'll see the submitted one, which is the one I just did, was this final submitted. And at this point, it will be reviewed by DIR. We'll review your final submitted SOW, make sure that that information is consistent with the SOW that was previously submitted. And when that is finalized by DIR, because DIR's Chief Procurement Officer will then sign that, it will be updated to sign and closed. Okay? I'm going to go back into this final submitted. Let's take a look at how the screen is going to show for y'all. Here again, you can upload additional documents if needed. And then this has all the information that you had submitted. We're going to go back to the home screen. So again, once your SOW is finalized and signed by DIR, the status will update to signed and closed. Okay. And at this point, really, the contract will be ongoing. You may have amendments that come down the road. You can make you can submit an amendment for each of your final SOWs. There could be multiple of them, right? So let's say you do need to submit an amendment that happens a year, however long down the road. You can start that process here as well. So let's just say we'll revise our SOW final value again based on the new amendment. So for this particular example, I'm going to bump it up to 450. I'm going to change the end date here to be, let's do 8/31 of 2024. You can also expedite these requests as well. Again, if you click on expedite, hold on. Let's just do this. January 2nd of 2020. I want it to be after this end date, so I'm going to choose this date, September 1st. You can choose to expedite this request. Ask comments. I'm going to click Save and Upload. At this point, you will have to upload both your SOW draft file or your amendment file and also your expedite letter. I'm going to go ahead and click upload files. I'm going to click on amendment. If I hit submit, see, so you'll get an error message here that says that you need to submit at least 2 files if you're ever going to indicate that the request is expedited. I'm going to upload another file. And I'm just going to upload our final SOW for demo purposes, just so that I can get that 2 file limit. I'm going to hit submit. And now our amendment is submitted. So you'll get that confirmation message. You'll get an email in your inbox indicating that you've submitted an amendment. I'm going to go back to the home screen. We're going to take a look at our amendments tab here. And you'll see all the amendments that you've submitted in the past. The one that I just submitted was this one here. So it's going to be called amendment submitted. And again, DIR will reach out to you regarding that amendment if needed. And then it will be updated to signed and closed once it's been accepted. Okay. And again, at any point, you can always click on this home tab and get back to your main page here, going back to drafts. You'll see all your finals. Our plan is to also, once the portal has been migrated on November 28th, all of your old information will be imported, and this legacy ID here will be populated. So you should be able to see old SOWs in here as well. Okay. And at this point, I think the demo is complete. We have a guide that we will be sharing with everybody. It will be a PowerPoint slide deck that will also have kind of videos that will show you exactly the steps that I've taken today, or anything else that I may have missed. But at this point, do we have any? Yeah.
I just want real quick, like on this page, you may have said it and I just didn't hear you. And on the SOW ID, you'll notice the numbering is different. Those first 3 letters on this is our make-believe agency. So for example, I see people here from HHSC. So your SOW ID number would be similar to how it is now, where it would be HHSC dash, and then it's going to be the month it was submitted, the fiscal year, and then those last 5 digits are going to be the unique identifier. So you won't see.
And that'll be here under legacy ID.
Over here on the left side,
SOW.
where it has SML, yeah, the first 3 characters there. In some cases, it may be 4 or 5 even for DPS. I think you may be on the call too. Whatever the acronym is we have. Just wanted to kind of clarify that. So and what that numbering means. Yes, and anything that's currently in the system, that will be converted over. And so, like Tony mentioned, that legacy ID, that would be what the number is as you're working on it now. So you'll be able to have that cross-reference. So, you already have an approved draft SOW, you're ready to upload the final. You'll be able to find, you'll be able to see the new assigned number along with you'll see the legacy ID number, for that approved SOW will be over there. So you can then go in and do your final or amendments as necessary.
Right.
Okay, so we do have a question, and Beth, this may be kind of you. Is there a size limit on the documents? For instance, I may need to submit a zip file. Is that acceptable?
I have to think about that, because I was thinking that we weren't allowing zips, but that might be a different portal. So let me follow up on that one.
We will follow up on that, and like provide everybody in attendance,
Yeah.
follow-up answer.
Good question. Okay. Any other questions from anybody part of today's demo? You can submit it in that Q&A panel?
Right
If
now,
not,
no.
let me, it does not look like it.
Oh, what is the max
Hold on.
file size to submit?
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Work
We'll
on
look
that.
into file types and file size limitations, but we will get back to you if there is a file limitation. Let me share PowerPoint again. One moment. Well, we're going to try this. Just wanted to share with y'all the email for any questions regarding your SOWs and things of that nature. It'll be sow@dir.texas.gov. If you have issues with your credentials, it's not listed here, but that is identity.support@dir.texas.gov. That will be how you can add users or remove users. Again, we ask that super users or your IRMs submit that information to DIR for us to set up those questions. But yeah, be sure to make sure that sow@dir.texas.gov is where you submit any of these questions. And at that point, I think we're good. I don't see any other questions in the chat. But if you do, we will always have we'll be available here. Mary, if you want, you can share some news with the group.
Okay, and we do have one question. I may have missed it, but would we see recommended edits questions from DIR on the portal? I'm going to have to find out. I believe that we're still going to be sending that to you via email, but if we do edit a document and upload it, you will be able to see it under your documents, and then it will be identified that it's, you know, DIR edits. Yes, that's gonna be a good thing for all of us, I think. Does that make sense?
I think so. I think they're asking
Good deal.
if there's a lot of back and forth, that it's either going to be handled in the emails or through the portal itself.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, it's important. Yeah, identity support at identity.support@dir.texas.gov is who you would send if you're having technical issues like problems with logging in. If you have questions regarding statements of work, you know, of a general nature, like do we need to submit it, or, you know, have general questions, you would send it to sow@dir.texas.gov. That is an email address that that multiple people are monitoring, so that'll be the fastest way to get a response. Just a little bit of news. My last day at DIR will be, well, I guess November 22nd. So I've enjoyed working. I'm seeing lots of names. I've enjoyed working with all of y'all. Moving on to different things, but I'll be here through the 22nd to answer questions. But in the meantime, Clarissa Cabrera will be over the team that will be doing the SOW reviews. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mary. Appreciate everything you've done. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You will be getting more emails as we get closer to the date regarding the portal. So be on the lookout for that. But thank you again for joining today. We appreciate your time. Have a great day.